03717 223344 is the number to call. Scotland fans, we want to hear from you this morning about going out of the European Championships last night. Are you upset with the display, the approach? What do you think should happen to Steve Clarke next? Or were you simply just robbed last night when Stuart Armstrong should have been given a penalty? 03717 223344. Some damning statistics from the tournament. Out of the 24 teams competing in Euro 2024, Scotland ranked last for shots on target, just a 3. Defensive record, they've conceded 7 more than anybody else, and they've XG 0.97 for the entire tournament. They took only 18 shots, the 23rd most, and their expected goals conceded stood at 4.3, which is the 23rd most. 03717 223344. We're taking your calls this morning on that. Sheila is a Celtic fan. Good morning, Sheila.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
The point I wanted to make is, for a small nation of 5 million, I think we have to realise we're missing quite a few players. Hickey, we missed our first choice right back, our second choice right back in Patterson. Lewis Ferguson, who was one of the best midfielders in Serie A. Lyndon Dykes, our human battering ram. Tierney, latterly. As well, and also I think Ben Doak might have been a game changer as a sub, but I really do think Stevie Clarke should have used James Forrest. He changed the course of Celtic season, and he's very experienced, and I just feel he would have created something. That said, I'm really chuffed with what Stevie Clarke's done, but I agree with the caller who said that move over, it should be Davy Moyes now.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because we were saying about James Forrest, and I didn't understand really why I didn't hardly give him any minutes, bearing in mind he called him up. Because, as you say, he had a big effect on Celtic's season at the end of the season. What was it like watching it last night? What were you feeling like when you're watching that last 10 minutes? Because, like, you know, obviously we're England fans, but we were watching it with Jim White last night, and it was agonising, excruciating, that last few minutes. I can't imagine what it must have been like as a true Scotland fan to be sitting there following that.
I and a few folk predicted, I predicted 1, abject failure, 2, glorious failure, and 3, an absolute mind-blowing kind of victory. And I think we got a 1.5. It was between abject and glorious. The script was written for them to score we're kind of fatalistic, we Scots, so we kind of knew, and it definitely was a penalty. I don't know how that guy will ref another game at the Euros.
Yeah, I don't think we're not going to disagree with you about that.
I think Sheila makes a really good point there. When you look at the pool of players that Scotland have got to choose from, when they lose 1 or 2 from their squad in certain positions, they're going to feel that after effect.
It's massive.
Massive.
Huge.
We're blessed in England that we're talking about, we can't find the right balance.
Yeah, but you said that. If we lost Harry Kane...
Yeah, we've still got Watkins, who's got 20-odd Premier League goals.
But even so, you'd still feel it if you lost Harry Kane. Imagine losing Lyndon Dykes just before the tournament.
I get that, but my point is that maybe the effects won't be as bad for England if they lost Kane, if we had Tony or Watkins, as you said there. We've left Rashford and Grealish at home. Whereas you look at Scotland, they lose Lyndon Dykes. They talk about Patterson. It's like an earthquake. It's huge throughout their squad. So I can understand where Sheila's coming from in terms of, like, the expectations as well have got to be just a little bit...
Tempered
a little bit.
Brilliant call from Sheila. Thank you very much. Let's speak to Pearson, who's called us up this morning. Big Scotland fan. Hello.
Morning, boys.
Good morning. What do you want to say about last night?
He got his tactics all wrong. It's the same as Sheila. Forrest should have played on the right. He's been flying for Celtic the last 6-7 games. Ralston's never played. Shankland should also have started. We needed to win last night, and we played it into Hungary's hands for the last 10-15 minutes.
Would you have played Shankland from the start last night? Because a lot of people were saying they can understand that maybe, I think it was Chris Iwelumo who was saying that he thinks Shankland was better off coming off the bench and Shea Adams starting. Would you have started him then?
Definitely, because his link-up play is a lot better than Shea Adams. Shea Adams is a thankless task up front on his own. Billy Gilmore's play around Billy Gilmore. Play into Shankland's feet, play off him, play it wide. It's simple as watching it last night. You were just pulling your hair out.
Yeah, I mean, certainly felt that, especially towards the end. Pearson, thank you very much. 03717 223344. You and I had a conversation during the game last night. We were sitting in watching it, and we thought actually that the approach was right, because if you go gung-ho early on in that game, you know you need to win, right?
Yeah.
You go gung-ho during the early stage of that game, concede 2 goals, there's no way back then. You're out, you're done, you're finished.
Yeah.
Whereas if you keep it tight and then try and nick a goal later on in the game, then you've got every chance of going through.
Yeah.
And if that penalty had been given and they'd converted it, then it'd be a completely different mood this morning.
Would have been perfect tactics, wouldn't it?
Would have been
perfect. If they'd have gone to
Absolutely.
win it, everyone would have gone RC, got it spot on.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.